Hey, what's happening, guys? We're back with another edition of the Zero Hour. Today, we are going to talk with Miss Jazy Sergeant ahead of her co-main event. It's going to be coming up here about a week out at this point, and that's going to be at Aries 11 down in Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's next Saturday, August the 20th. Jazy, how's it going tonight? We appreciate you joining us.
Sweet. Thank you, guys. I'm happy to be here.
So always excited to be able to showcase the females on our card where we can. Of course, just had our first female main event back at Aries 10. Now we'll have our female co-main event and our probably, I believe, our lightest female fight that we've had to date when you take on Letitia Kander next week. How are we feeling going into it? Of course, this will be your second fight, so you're still young in your career, but you've been grappling for a while, training there at Agoge with a lot of really tough guys and girls. What's the feeling like going into fight week here next week? We're coming up on it. Of course, this card's right behind a big one in Nashville, so it's a quick turnaround for us. We'll have fights this Saturday and be right back to fight week all over again.
I feel really good. I feel better this fight camp than I did last fight camp. I've put more like weightlifting and cardio and more training, like doing 2 a days, 3 days, 3 classes a day when I can, and then weightlifting about 4 times a week compared to my last fight camp where I only weightlifted probably 2, maybe once a week. So my training has definitely went up. My nutrition's 20 times better than it was last fight camp. I mean, I just all the way around, I feel really good.
Now, your first fight, it didn't last long. Just, you ran through the girl very, very quickly. So it's really kind of hard to get a feel for, what it's going to be like out there. In a way, would you kind of almost consider this like another debut in the fact that, well, you have got to make the walk, which is, definitely worth something. But as far as just getting a feel for being out there in the cage for an extended amount of time, obviously, I'm sure you're aiming to finish this fight quickly. But in a way, would you kind of consider this like a re-debut of sorts?
Definitely. I definitely do. Because there's always like, this could be, a 3-round war, or it could end, just as fast as the last one. I don't really know. So I'm going to treat it like just like the first time, really. I'm not going
Training
to,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, I was saying training there at Agoge, of course, several teammates on this card. Of course, your teammate in the main event, Zane Burton, defending his title. You've got a few other teammates on the card as well, and then several fighting this week. What's the vibe like in the gym? Does it seem like everybody's kind of, it's nice to have everybody kind of peaking around the same time versus just kind of yourself,
Yeah, we're all pushing each other. Just like after class, we're all holding mitts. We're all going back to the weight room. We're all running together. We're all doing something together. So it's really nice. We have that support going on. Fighters stay with fighters when we're training. So, we're getting the best rounds in with each other. So it's nice.
Tell me about your background. For those that aren't familiar with you, you're young in your mixed martial arts career, but what are some of the things you did growing up, athletically that have kind of led you to this point?
So I played everything throughout middle school and high school. I started as a little kid and I played like softball all the way up till I was like 18. I had a scholarship. I never took it. I kind of got burnt out on it. It also wasn't as physical as I wanted it to be. I started playing competitively soccer in high school and I just fell in love with it. It had that aggressive, edge that other sports didn't have. So I really enjoyed that. And then after I got out of high school, I was like, wow, I really miss like playing sports. I miss, competing, being active all the time. But I always felt like there was something missing with sports. And then, I found martial arts and it was that contact, that aggressive contact that I think I really enjoyed about soccer, but that's all you do in martial arts is, is that. So
Lots of contact, no doubt. So, is this something that you're looking to take all the way here? Is it? I'm not sure. What else you do as far as your career goes or whatnot. But is this something that you're looking to really dive in, eventually go pro, see where you can go with it, or is it like what you said? Is it scratching an itch at this point? To compete and stay in shape, and it's just kind of a hobby. And either way is okay.
it started as that it started as I just want to do this to be active. I've always wanted to do it. I grew up watching uh, the Ultimate Fighter, and I was like, oh, I want to do that one day. And then Ronda Rousey came around when I was younger, and I was like, oh wow, women are really paving the way. I just never thought it was like attainable. And, now that I'm in here and I'm doing it, I fell in love with it. I've, you know, done everything I can career wise to make time for training. I got my certification, um, and I got a business degree. So now I do freelance personal training, and that's really easy to do and also train because I'm in the gym. I also will be going into the fire academy in
Oh,
January,
nice.
and if you know firefighter schedules, you only work like 10 shifts a month, so I'll have plenty of time to stay on the path that I'm on. So this is definitely, I want to work my way to the top.
Hey, that's awesome to hear. And you're in a division. This fight is going to be at a catch weight of 110, but you're certainly easily capable of making atom weight a 105, and that's a division that you can get those opportunities a little bit quicker than in some of the other divisions because there's just not a whole
Hmm.
lot of girls at that
Atom weight
weight.
and heavyweights.
So
The
you could
divisions are smaller.
you don't have to necessarily have as much experience or as big of a record to get some opportunities there. So definitely cool to hear that you're looking to take it as far as you can. Let's talk about this matchup. Letitia Kander is who we have for next week, and she comes in with more experience than you in MMA. She is 2-1 already as a fighter, but has not competed in a while. She's been on the shelf. She'd reached out to me during COVID times and was really struggling to find a fight, and I didn't really have any girls that size at the time, and so and then you came on the scene and it worked out nice for a matchup here. What can we expect from this? What are some of the things that Letitia brings to the table that you need to watch out for? And how do you expect? I'm not asking you to give away any game plans or anything, but what do you think the fans can expect out of this fight?
I don't know too much about her. I know that she's been competing like in MMA fights since 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I mean that is, time is time. That is still a longer time than I have. I've only been doing striking for about 2 years now, almost barely 2 years, probably a little less. I've been doing jujitsu though for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. So, I know her jujitsu is probably not as good as mine. It's just I have some of the best coaches for jujitsu regionally. Elijah Carlton, you know who that is. Everyone knows
Mm-hmm.
that who that is.
Yeah.
He's my coach since day one. I've never competed as a white belt really, unless I've had to in a competition. I've always, competed as intermediate or advanced. So when it comes to comparing our jujitsu, I 100% feel like mine's 20 times better. I don't even know how she does. I just know it's better. That's really cocky of me, but I just I found one piece of footage of her fight and wasn't really too impressed with her ground game. Striking, I have no idea. She has been striking longer than me, so I've kind of put more like time on my striking though in these past two
Mm,
fight camps because I know that's something that's newer to me. So
sure.
I don't know. My goal is to just go out there and smash, just like I did last time.
No doubt, no doubt. So, who are some of the people that have been helping you get ready for this? I know, obviously, we named several fighters over to Gogi, but a lot of those are like big dudes. And so, like, who are some of the people that are more specifically giving you the rounds out there?
All the big dudes.
All the
like
big dudes. Okay, fair
there's
enough.
no
Yeah.
other there's no other really women that compete or do kickboxing or Muay Thai here. I mean, we have two, but they're not competitive, and I don't think it's not the same, I guess.
Mm.
It's like doing it for a hobby compared to someone who's competing. So the people that are really helping me are all the big pro fighters here, like Trevor, Logan, Zane, who's on all of them, all Finney, like all of them are helping me, and the coaches are helping me. Um, Jiu-jitsu wise, obviously Eli. Everyone gives me a little piece of their time to help me be better. So it's everyone.
Do you feel like and you may, I'm not sure what the answer here will be because I can see it being either way. Do you feel like that you still would like to have more females your size to prepare with though, or are you happy going with the bigger, stronger guys and then the girls don't feel like anything, or in a perfect world would you guys begin to grow more female competitors in your weight range or just near your size to give you a more realistic feel for what you're about to get in there with?
I really enjoy that all I have basically is, bigger people because it
Hmm.
makes you tougher, it makes you stronger, but at the same time, it's like I spend a lot of time defending in my defense that it's amazing. It's immaculate. My defense to a lot of things is really, really good, especially ground game wise, because I'm so used to being, you know, playing bottom on people that are 200 pounds. I think, that's really helped me in that aspect. But offensively, I would kind of like if there was other women my size here where I could also work more on my offense and attacking that way instead of just being defensive.
Well, hopefully we see a little bit more of that at Agoge, without a doubt. The one of the fastest growing gyms in the area, certainly in the Chattanooga area. They're aces hands down. So hopefully we got the beyond your female fight on this card. Oddly enough, this we ended up having like 3 or 4 female fights on this card, which is kind of cool. So maybe some of the young ladies out there will see this and start getting into some classes. You hear me out there, girls? Let's get
Please,
the ladies
I've tried.
population in Chattanooga up. That'd be great. Well, we're excited for it. Of course, it is going to all go down at the Camp Jordan Arena down in East Ridge. That's right outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee, next Saturday night, August the 20th. It's Aries 11th. You can catch the pay per view at combatcast.tv. You can also get your tickets at fightertix.com. Make sure you select Jazy from the drop down menu so she gets credit for it there. Jazy, what's the next, besides your fight, obviously, what is the next fight that on this card that you're most excited for?
Um, on the August 20th, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Definitely Zane's. I mean, he's been a super big part of my training camp. Like he's helped me any way possible. So I'm ready for that for sure. I mean, it's a title too. So
We
I'm
got
really
to
excited.
get Zane on here to talk about that. Our conversations with Zane often delve off into madness, so I'm
Yeah,
hesitant, but we'll have to get him on here.
saying. Oh, but no, I'm super excited about that. And then Briven too. Like I always like to. I really enjoy watching him fight. It's entertaining for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Always a show is Mr. Briven Sub. We have to talk to him again soon. I'm going to let you get some shout outs for there, D Jazzy. We definitely appreciate you joining us here, and we're super excited to see your debut in the Aries cage. See what comes of it, and on your trek towards our inaugural title. We've already said a win here. We're going to go for a title next for the first time at 105, which is very, very exciting. We just crowned our first 145 champion, the females as well. So give some shout outs where they're due. Any friends, family, training partners, sponsors, loved ones that have earned it, go ahead and give it to them.
Definitely all my friends and family, my coaches here at Agoge, just phenomenal. The support here, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it without them. My training partners I listed earlier, they've done nothing but help me. My sponsors, I have so many sponsors for this fight, and honestly, that helps me be able to train more and become better every day. So I really appreciate them. Also, Chattanooga rugby team, the men and women's team, they sponsored me. They're at every fight, they're buying tickets, they're buying tables. I love you guys. So, yeah. So thank you. Thank all of you guys.
Once again, Jazy Sergeant, catch her next Saturday night at Aries 11. Hey, thanks so much for the time, Jazzy. We'll see you next weekend.
Thank you guys.